Mic check. Mic check. Mic check. Can you hear me now? Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me. Put a number 1 in the chat if you can hear me. Right? Damn, man. We was getting up to the whole heavy introduction too. Damn. Good. Nah. Can you hear me? Don't change anything. Don't change anything. Right? Don't change anything. Hold on. Finally, 1. There. Okay. There we go. Right? I mean, did anybody pick up what I was saying? I was pointing. I was knocking the board and all that. I was hoping that people hear what I'm saying. Okay. Damn. Okay. So what we were saying was, right? If I could humbly repeat myself, right? If I could, all you need, right? I was loud too, so calm me down now, right? All we need is 1, 2, 3 referring to what? Preposition, root word, then the possessive. Preposition, root word, then possessive. What was Brother Matthew right here, right? He was reading the definition of a preposition. You're gonna read it again for the Bible if you could.
Preposition, a word governing and usually preceding a noun or pronoun and expressing a relation to another word or element in the clause, as in the man.
Then it goes to give an example, right? So from the top one more time, we're gonna break it down now. Read.
A word governing.
Right. So now in this case in Hebrew, it's gonna be a letter governing. Right? Governing what?
And usually preceding.
And usually preceding meaning this is where you usually start from. You start from here. When you're gonna read or write Hebrew, you proceed from here with a preposition. It precedes everything, meaning it goes before the root word, it goes before the possessive. All right, from the top again, read.
A word governing.
A word governing meaning it governs the narrative. So in here, we're talking about in something. In what? In name. Sham is name. Right? Sham. Right? So now we're talking about in somebody's name. Right? If I said, what's the other one say? If I say ka, sham, right? Ka is like a name, meaning we're talking about something different than in the name. We're talking about something relating to another name. You know what I'm saying? If I say ma, sham, right? Ma is another preposition, right? To say of or from. So we're talking about from somebody. This guy's from that guy. That's a different narrative. So this thing right here governs the narrative like the definition said. Read from the top again.
A word governing and usually preceding a noun or pronoun.
Or a noun or a pronoun, right? A name is a noun. All right? So the noun they're referring to or the pronoun they're referring to, right? We're not what they're referring to, but in our language, after the preposition is the root word. Right? The root word itself can also have a tense to say future tense or past tense, but the main focus is the root word. Okay? We can drop that, right? See if they got a definition for root word on Google there. All right? Abba, you can read where you got there from the top, right?
The Hebrew alphabet is the oldest in the world.
Okay. You gotta come a little closer or something. Right?
The Hebrew alphabet is the oldest in the world.
Okay, the Hebrew alphabet is the oldest in the world. Go ahead.
Still in use today.
It's still in use today because we use it today. But they're referring to the Jewish community. That's what they're referring to, right? In the world, before the ISUPK, before 1969, we don't even know what race we are. You see what I'm saying? For the most part, right? Minus Arabic Bivens, right? All them Ben Ami cats, they believe that they were converts, right? And then because of the ISUPK now they're Israelites, and now they leave in Chicago to go to Dimona after the ISUPK. The whole time they were all them Ethiopian Hebrew, them brothers over there in the Ethiopian, they believed that they were converts, and the Caucasian Jew, they believed the Caucasian Jew was the real Jew, and we were just black African converts, Hamitic converts. And that was a lie. Okay? No problem, right? Also give me the let's not do that today, right? Keep reading there. You got root word?
Yeah.
Okay, no sweat. Keep reading our body.
Our own alphabet is a descendant of it by a circuitous root.
Right. English is born out of Hebrew. Read. Spanish is born out of Hebrew. French is born out of Hebrew. Latin is born out of Hebrew. Read.
The text of the Hebrew Bible we use today reflects several periods of development.
Keep reading.
Originally, only the consonants.
Originally what?
Only the consonants.
From the top again?
Originally.
What?
Originally.
Originally, meaning from the origin. The real Hebrew, the origin of Hebrew, before the developments that Jewish people have put into white academia today, to put a bunch of dots and dashes and all kind of weird spellings. Originally, in the origin of Hebrew, when Hebrew was being used by the people that were the Hebrew people, read.
Only the consonants.
Only what?
The consonants.
Only the consonants, meaning no vowels, meaning none of these, no A, E, I, O, U's, no vowels. No vowels, read.
By the time the Israelites.
Go from the top again.
Originally, only the consonants were used.
Oh, originally, only the consonants were used. All right? So when they say consonants, when they're looking at it like this. They're looking at it like this. D, B, and R. That's how they translate it as D, B, and R. Right? But because all of these letters have sounds, right, is da. Right? We gotta put an A there for the sake of your English, Spanish, French, Latin kind speaking tongue. Right? Da, ba, and then a ra. And of course, this is connected. When this is connected with the smiley face connector, you're gonna drop the R sound of the second letter that is connected to. So we're left with da, bar, the bar. Okay? And all languages is born from this. Right? So what we were saying is you learn the alphabet, right? You go to your local school, right, in your city and state, and you go to the class with your Hebrew teacher in your city and state, and you run over the alphabet with them, right? Brothers, they're here early in class. Everybody in the New York school says they don't need to learn the alphabet no more. As a matter of fact, they put it to the test, right? Abagada hawaza katayaka lamanasa ipataza korsha tha.
Abagada hawaza katayaka lamanasa ipataza korsha tha.
Good.
Abagada hawaza katayaka lamanasa ipataza korsha tha.
Give him my hand. That's a young man in all black. You see what I'm saying? New York school. You see what I'm saying? So for that, we're not going to go over the alphabet as of today. Maybe next week. Right? But as of today, we're not going to go over the Hebrew alphabet. We got the format. We have to learn the format. The format is 1, preposition, 2, root word, 3, possessive. Now I want to say in, right? Ba is in, right? We got the root word, sham, which is name. And then I want to say in your name, right? Then we put a ka. Ka is how you say your. Right? Ka is how you say your, right? As a possessive. Only as a possessive. Right? How about it?
Well, you gotta do pronouns next.
I wasn't too good at English class.
Pronouns.
I learned Chinese, I learned French, I learned Spanish. I was not good at English class. I mean, I did English class. Shit, nigga, I'm from England. But I didn't do good at English class. English is not our language, it's not our culture. I'm not good at Spanish. I'm not good at French. Well, for sure, the Lord made us good in Hebrew. Right. We will be good in Hebrew. All right? Pronoun, I don't remember what it is.
He, she.
He, she. Okay. Okay.
Meaning,
like something that takes the place of a noun.
Like, how would you
something
say?
that takes the place of a noun. I'm lost already.
It's like
let's do Hebrew. Let's do Hebrew. Okay. Say it again.
Like instead of saying Matthew, you say he. He is the pronoun.
He's a pronoun. So we're talking about
like these homosexuals now. You gotta remember my pronouns.
Oh yeah. Oh, give him a hand. That is a perfect example. What's your pronoun? Damn. You know what's crazy? All this time in school, they would say adjective, noun, verb,
right,
pronoun, what's the other one? Proverb, adverb. adverb, and then I'll be like, man, adjective is described simile, likewise, right? And then that's about it. Noun, name, place, thing, right? And then the other one, you know, you pass with a 60, 65. What they do, you pass with a 65. Man, how old are you? 25. You're 25, so he 10 years ago, high school, passed with 65. Everybody passed with 65. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Get to graduate, you know what I mean? And get on and work at McDonald's. You know what I mean? That's not true. But,
So,
go ahead.
So my question is, how would you say he took her? And also,
he took her?
Right, he took her, and also
in Hebrew?
She talked to him.
And she talked to him in Hebrew?
Yeah, kind of.
Okay, let's start with that, right? So that's a good example, because now he took her,
right,
is preposition, root word, and then possessive. And then she talked to him.
Right. The reason I asked for that one is the two.
Yeah. That's
so
good.
Have to put, because all that would be one. Because I know he took her could be one word, but she talked to him. Would that all? Would that be lawa?
Well, let's go over it right now.
Concept.
Okay, let's go over that right now. It's a very good example. All right. Then after all of this, we want to apply these rules to the Christmas scriptures. I want the one that General Hyman taught 2 weeks ago. The one in Isaiah, right? We want to try that Jeremiah 10 also, right? Because we heard that many times. By the time we get that in Hebrew, right? So we want to say he took her. Damn, that's kind of rough there. He just want to take. He's over there taking. Okay, all right. Huh?
Kazakh.
It wouldn't be Kazakh now, because Kazakh, right? Okay, let's get Kazakh, right?
Kazakh used for women.
Kazakh, right? Initially, it means chest.
Right.
Right? Also, it means strong. Why? Because someone who's strong got a chest versus a man who does not have a chest. Right? What else does it mean? It means and it can and it would sometimes be implied in the Bible as taken or to take.
Take hold.
To take hold. What is it implying? It's implying strongholding somebody, to strong arm somebody, right? Because of what it initially is, right? Okay, I'm not sure how this will work, right? We got a ka, which is kawama, right? Which is a fence or a wall.
Oh, Za's a wall. I thought. Oh yeah.
Fence or a wall, right? And then we got za to say this is a weapon, zayan, right? Which is a weapon, right? And then we got the kwa at the end to say kwam, right?
Kwam?
From the sunrise.
Yeah, okay, so it is sunrise.
Okay.
So that's
sunrise, right? So this is something lifted. So here we got a wall, we got a weapon, and we got rising the weapon, right? He rises up the weapon, and whoever's behind that wall there. So that's what it looks like.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Or it could be using a tool to build a wall, but the implication is that this is a man who is strong.
Yeah,
all right? So maybe it might initially be strong, and then chest came from strong.
Right.
Okay? Chest came from strong, based on what we're seeing right here. Okay? But the word used for took or to take is quack. Quack. Really it's la quack. Right? That'll be the la will be two. Right. You're usually gonna see without the la. Right? So you're gonna see quack there. Right?
So it'd be ya quack.
Now let's get to the class. All right. Let's get to the class. All right. All right. So quack. Yeah. So that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Come. Okay. So So usually you'll see the way how to put things in the dictionary is to take, to run, to see.
Right.
So they put the la here, right? When I see this in the scriptures, when we read in the scriptures, when you read in the scriptures, you're gonna find the quack without the la, right? So this is the root word, right? So first, 1, 2, was it he took her body, right?
Yes, answer.
He took her, right? So her is 3, right? So in English, left to right, he took her. Now Hebrew is right to left. So we start with 1 over here, 2 over here, and then we're gonna go to 3. So he, right? He in the Hebrew is Yah. Okay? Yah, right? Right? Yah. Right? For those online, I'm gonna okay. Okay, I gotta write it out so people online can understand, right? In the English letter, just in case, right? Quack, right? Quack is gonna be the word for take, right? Take. All right, so let me put it together, right? He, right? He take, and then we're gonna have the her, right? The her is gonna be the third method. First method, preposition. Second of the method is the root word. Say again.
The verb.
Say again.
Verb.
The verb, right? No problem, right? And then the third one, Yah, Quat, and then what? Her. Her in Hebrew is ha. Right? Her in Hebrew is ha. Is the easiest thing to remember. I always remember like it. Like we say that. We say that.
It's her.
Yeah. Don't yell out, right?
Sorry.
God, but I it absolutely right. We talk like this in New York. We always say it's hers. we say it's hers. That's how we talk in New York. We don't know we talk like that, but we just happen to talk like that. It's hers. Oh, don't talk to her like that. That's how we talk in New York. All right. So we got her already naturally by English. All right. No problem. Yah, quack, ha. Right? Ha. Right? And that ha is her. He take her. Now, Abadi said he didn't want take, he wants took. Because of course this is past tense. Right? So to make anything in past tense, you put a right in the middle right here. You're gonna put a Yah. Right?
Yeah.
Yah is past tense. See if you can
Yeah, kind of.
No.
Yeah, I was gonna put that.
Right? Okay. Past tense. Okay. Just remember that now, right? Besides what we got here, this will be like the in the middle of 1, 2, 3.
Right.
When you're looking at the root word, right? You're gonna look for the tense in the middle. You're gonna always examine to see whether there is a Yah or a Wa, right? In the middle of the word. Wa is implying how we see in English as ing.
Right.
Verb, right?
Right.
We call it in English the verb. Go ahead, buddy.
So, because I've seen instances, I know you told me about shalom, or what they call shalom.
Yeah, this is a good example of shalom.
God.
Shalom, of course, is a peace offering.
God.
Okay.
If I may,
Not a greeting, right?
God. If I may, because I remember when it was taught that it has to be this between first and second, but that's like last two.
I wouldn't get lost in that right now. If you teach someone that in Hebrew, you might lose them in Hebrew because now you're giving them extended instructions. When really what we're doing is we're really reading Hebrew. We're not writing each Hebrew to each other yet. So what we're doing is we're taking the format, we're taking it to the Sabbath service, and we're being able to identify preposition,
Right.
the root word,
Right.
whether they're the tense, one of these two. This is the only two you gotta worry about in the middle of the root word, and then the possessive. So we can proceed with the next level of the height of the second and the third and where these go. But right now we're observing, and based on those observations, we're gonna see whether they will go to the second or third place. But that goes by observation. That goes by practice. So we have to take this right here and we have to apply it, put it into motion. All right? And then everyone else can dictate, whether it's second or third. Because it's not in no book about whether it's second or third unless someone can show me in a book. You know what I mean? If you don't show in the book, then we have to just be patient and just imply the tools that we get and not worry about it.
Nah, I was going based off general cues of the classes.
And so find and show it to me later on, right?
Yeah, John, I'll show it.
All right.
John. So on that subject,
Hold on.
oh, sorry.
Hold on. On this subject?
Yeah, these, because I remember.
These right here? We don't want
Texas.
to, huh?
Talking about
The
Texas.
Texas right here?
Yeah.
We don't want to burn no more time on that.
Okay,
We
come.
don't want to burn no more time on that, right? Because we still got to get to the Jeremiah. We want to get to the Isaiah. Okay? So now, our Bible said, not take, that's present tense. We want took, past tense. So which one of these would we insert into the tense of the quack here? Quack, which means take. You're gonna take the ya,
Right.
because the ya is gonna make it past tense to say took, taken, right? Okay. So it's gonna make some more space here. Okay. Okay. So it's gonna be qua yak, right? And that now is gonna be took instead of take, right? So instead of just quack now, it's gonna be
Why not?
quayak. Okay, quayak. And it's heavy that we're going over this now because there was a lot of times where I'll be reading on the Sabbath service and I'll see this and I wouldn't know what this is because I did not have this format ready.
Right.
You see, I really, I wasn't. This is not something that I personally was privy to at the time when we was running over the service. I big up Officer Yatazar. He's doing Sabbath service in these recent times. I mean, before Yatazar, I was doing it after my slavery at UPS. You know what I mean? He's a slave over there, died, come in the morning, sleep on the floor, sleep on the stage, and then wake up and do Sabbath service 5 minutes late every day. 5 minutes late every day on time, 5 minutes late. You know what I mean? Wake up, bake the loaf for 5 more minutes, and then next thing you know, then I gotta get up and start bringing people inside, and you know what I mean. But I always come across this in a time of the Sabbath service, and I because we at the time, me personally, I wasn't privy to this, to know that kwayak is took, right? Past tense, right? He took up. Now let's get the other one. The other one is a good example too, because it's the same rules, right? But it's going to be applied a little differently. Okay.
And
Okay. See if there's any questions online. Right.
I also have a question on subject.
Right quick. You said you wanted she
talked to him.
She talked
Nothing.
to him. Now, everyone online, right? Please don't feel shy to ask any questions, all right? Classes are based off of your questions, right? So far, that means that we're going to get into our topic today. Anybody has a chance to delay us from our topic and to go into something else, right? But that's only by your wishes, and your wishes is by asking the question, all right? So please, all questions are welcome, right? And we want questions in the Hebrew, right? Big up to Hebrew Coffee by a body. You know what I mean? We're gonna get that store one day.
Yeah, I just need a grinder.
We just need what?
A grinder.
We just need grinder. We need access to the Shabbat Asher. That's what we need. We need coffee beans by the bags, by the big heavy bags.
Right up the block.
Huh?
Right up the block on football.
Well, we want one from the Blue Mountains of Jamaica.
So you.
All right. All right. Talk to him. Right. Number one. She. Right.
Then what is she?
Preposition. Huh?
Now I'm trying to think what she is.
She is as a preposition.
Yeah, kind of.
Stop.
Okay, she is stop.
Yeah.
What's you?
Stop. Huh? Also stop.
So how do you differentiate it?
Context.
Stop.
Right? So stop is a good thing everybody asks, right? Stop will come up as a preposition, right? As a preposition, right? As mostly future tense.
So like, you have a question. What
Hold on. Don't yell out. Right? Future tense. All right? Where a future tense is like saying what you're going to do.
Right.
So you will identify this with your English eyes as will do. Number one, this is cultural, man. You see what I'm saying? Culture is something that an American slave does not have.
Right.
If you're a slave in America, you don't have a culture. You see what I'm saying? When you start to learn your culture again, that is the implication that you are now no longer being a slave. Okay? Good. Ta is future tense as will do. Also, it's used as you, right? Also, it's used as she, right? So context is very important, right? And that ta is from the sense of like ata, right? But when you see ta in there, based on what's going on, you know, when you into your culture, you know what I'm talking about, right? So I could be talking about a whip. What is a whip? Right?
Like 3 different things.
It could be what?
3 different.
3 different things, but based on what I say it is, based on how I'm talking within black culture, you know what I'm talking about. Because I could be driving that whip, or or what did it say? So like that. Remember that movie? What's that movie again with the pimps? Hustle and Flow. And they'll say, well, whip that trick, or right? That's a different context. You know what I'm saying? And then you got a whip that you whip a horse with. A whip right here. Or I'm gonna whip your ass. And I'm whip your ass, I mean I'm whip your eye, you know what I mean? I'm not talking about a belt. If I'm gonna whoop your ass, you know what I mean? I'm talking about putting hands on you. But that is culture. You see what I'm saying? Words go by culture. Okay, good. So in this case, ta, right? She, right? We're gonna get 3 slots here, right? Number 1 over here. So we're gonna start at number 1. There's number 2. There's number 3, right? Number 1 is Matthew. What goes in the first place?
The preposition.
The preposition. Good. What goes in the second place? The root word. Very good. What goes in third place?
The words escape my mind right now.
Don't worry. The possessives, right? Repetition. But that's very good. You got number 1 and you got number 2, right? You know, we got number 1 because we read the definition. Wait, did you have the definition for root word?
Yeah, I got it.
Let's read that right quick so we can seal it in our minds. All right. Strive for mastery in all things, right? Some man is temperate, you got to be temperate in all things, right? Repetition. Strive for mastery means you got to practice, all right?
So I got to pull it back up.
No sweat. Root word. We're getting the root word of the definition for root word of Google, right? Got it?
A root word has no prefix or suffix. It's the most basic part of a word.
Stop. That was deep. Say it again.
A root word
has
no prefix or suffix.
Meaning we're not referring to the prefix. The prefix would be the preposition. Meaning it's fixed. Prefix, meaning fixed before the word. Or what? Has no what?
Or suffix.
Or suffix. The suffix is the thing referring to Mr. and the Mrs., his and her. That's the suffix. A root word has no prefix or no suffix, so it's talking about the thing in between the preposition and the possessive. Keep reading.
It's the most basic part of a word.
It's the what?
The most basic part of a
The
word.
root word is the most basic part of the word, meaning you take the tense out of the middle. And it is the most basic part of the word. Sham is the most basic part of a word when that's used. Shamar would be the most basic part of the word. Right? The bar, right a while ago, the bar. Right? Without all the tenses, without the prefix and the suffix, the most basic part of the word, that is the root word. The most basic part of the word. Read it again.
The root word has no prefix or suffix. It's the most basic part of a word.
Keep reading.
The root word at the heart of conformity, for example.
The root word at the what?
At the heart of conformity, for example.
So this is if this is a body, the root word is the heart of conformity. Meaning this confirms what we're talking about. Conformity, right? Confirm, like confirm?
Yeah, well, no,
conform. Oh, conform. Okay, meaning so this is the form. Con meaning with.
So they just give an example.
Oh, they give it an example.
Yeah,
okay, no problem, right? This is the heart, right? This is the body, and this is the heart of the body, right? Okay, and this is the form act, right? Form act, right? No problem, right? So we're good on that, right? Let's see if we can get possessive. Okay, she will go here because she will be the preposition, the prefix, right? Star, right? Written as so. Let me write it on the top here. No, let me write it on the bottom here. Let me write it on the bottom here. Star. Right? Star. Okay. And then talk. How do we say talk? Well, about it. Do you want to say said? She said to him.
Isn't that Amar? Isn't that Amar?
Amar? Yeah, that'll be Amar.
Not Amar. It don't matter really, but either word, because you can use it. The method would work for both, right?
The bar can be seen as command. You know what I mean? I wouldn't. You can use it. I'm just not privy to women saying the bar in the scriptures. Okay. She said to him, we would see. Let's write what we would always see. Right. So when people see, they're not surprised. She said to him. Right. She said. Right. And that is going to be Amar. Amar. Right? Ta, Amar, and then Amar doesn't have a possessive. It says to. Number one, to is a preposition in Hebrew. Right. It's only used as a preposition. So what does that mean? That means there's no number three here. Right. So we're going to rub number three out. And then we're going to start again because this is a preposition. So let's start with a preposition again. This is one. La. Okay? And then him. After la is him. Right? Him is not a root word. Him is a possessive. Right? So there's no number two. Is there number two here? No, there's no number two here. Right? So we rub number two out. And we go to number three. Right? Number three. Right? And him. How do you say him as a possessive? What would it be about here? Wow. Wow. Okay? Good. So if you see a preposition and you don't see a root word behind it, the most basic part of a word, if you don't see the root word behind it, you skip the root word and you go to phase 3, which would be the possessive. Right? So preposition, check for 2. If there's no 2, check for 3. Preposition, right? Number 1, right? Then is number 2 the root word. If there is a root word, then you check for number 3. If there's no number 3, you leave out number 3, then you start again. It's 1, 2, 3, right? Or sometimes there's a root word with no preposition. Right. And then, so you skip number 1 because you don't see a preposition. And then your root word is number 2, and then you check for 3. Is there a possessive at 3? Yes, there is. And you just do 2, 3. But always 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. No 2. 1, 3. 1, 3. There's no 3. 1, 2. 1, 2. There's no 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. but it's always 1, 2, 3. They would call this. I remember in math class one time ago, right? That's one thing. They didn't hear me when I said I'm not good at English. I don't know if they heard that, but I was good at math. I made the honor roll in college because of math, right? There's something called a bod mass, right? Bod mass. Well, that's in Europe, right? In America, they call it a PEMDAS. PEMDAS. Yeah. PEMDAS, right? In England, they put it backwards because really, this operation right here is the same. What? And then the division and multiplication. Yeah, right? And this is adding, subtraction. And they will call this they'll call this brackets. Okay. Right? Where in America, they call this parentheses. PA, right? Parentheses, right? Yeah, right? Same thing, right? And they will call that Bodmas and Pendas, they will call this the order of operation. Look up the word protocol, definition of protocol, right? They will call this the order of operation. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 is our order of operation. 1, 2, 3 is our order of operation. You got it? Read. Protocol. Read.
The official procedure.
The official procedure. This is our official procedure. Read.
Or system of rules.
Or this is our system of rules. Read.
Governing affairs.
Governing the affair. And this affair is our language. This is the affair of our language. This is the governing affair of our language. Read.
Of state or diplomatic occasions.
Yeah, and in our state and in our diplomacy, this is the rules of our language, right? So this is our protocol. 1, 2, 3 is protocol. You have to do it like this. Okay. Okay. So let me erase this math stuff because this is not math class. Okay. Order of operation. Okay.
So
she said to him, right? So Ta Amar, right? La Wa. Why do I put this dash there? Because when you write this is joint, right? Preposition. When you see the 1, the 2, and the 3, the 1, 2, and 3 have to be written together. When you start again at 1, you put a space. All right. So now here we go. Let's put it in the Assyrian Hebrew, right? Here's Ta in the Assyrian Hebrew, right? Ta. Right? Ta. Am I writing it right? I'm not Assyrian, Salaki. I'm ancient. You see what I'm saying? Salakia. Right? Ta. Right? Right? Ta. Right? Then we have the root word, right? Which is Amar. Right? Because this is 1, 2, and 3, you have to write them together. So here's the right behind the Ta. Amar. Right? Amar. Okay? Let me write that Ra like a Ra, not a Da, so there's no miscommunication. Someone look up miscommunication definition. Right? Ra, right? Ta, Amar. Right? Good. And then La is a preposition again. So we start at number 1. So we got to give it a space. Right? We got to give it a space because we're starting again at number 1. So we have La. Right? La. And then we have Wa, which is, we have a number 2, we have a number 3. So we skip 2, we go to 3. 3. Sa Amar Lawa. She said to him. All right? Let's do that with the one up here. Okay, let's do that with the one up here. He took her, meaning he bagged her up. You know what I mean? He took her. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? What they say? Back in the day, he bagged her. You know what I mean? He bagged her.
I have a question.
Let's get this right. Let's not get too distracted. Just hold the question. Online is yours.
Well, a sister.
It's
did
a
have a
sister
question.
online. Okay, let's just get this right quick so we don't never ever do this, right? He took her, right? So we're gonna do it in the Assyrian Hebrew. He, right? So here's number one. He, right? That's he. This is number one, the preposition. What's phase two of the protocol of the order of operation? The root word, right? We're gonna have a qua, right? Qua, ya, ka.
Salaki, sir.
Hold on, Abadia. I didn't answer the questions yet. Right, hold on, Abadia. Right? Qua yak. Right? So this is phase two. Right? And phase three, there is a phase three. 1, 2, 3 has to be written together with no spaces. Right? Right? Here's phase three over here. Number 3 is ha. So you're gonna see what? A ha again.
Right.
All right? Ha, kwayak, ha. Okay?
Salaki, is it ya?
Say it again.
It's ya koyaka.
What did I do?
No, ya.
He.
Yeah, you put two
He
ha.
has you're right.
Yeah.
Ha as a possessive, as a Slacky. Ha as a preposition. Right? Is a
that would be
not ha as a preposition. Ha as a preposition is the.
Yeah,
You got a cross talk, right?
Yeah.
You're gonna trip me up, all right?
Salaki.
No problem. He as a preposition, right, is ya. Right? Ya. There we go. Okay. Ha as a preposition is the. So that was a mistake I made over here. Right? Okay. Ya, kwaya, ha. Alright? So it's not white, it's not ya, kwaya, ka. It's ya, kwayak, ha. You have to know what you're reading, alright? No problem. Let's get a question online about it.
What does Khan mean?
What does what mean?
Khan.
Khan, K-A-N.
Khan. Salami, I kind of got the same question, especially after reading up Chronicle 1.
Yeah, Khan. Let's get the Strong's Concordance, right? Khan initially means to prepare. Sometime when you're reading the word thus, right? When you see thus in English, it's gonna come up as Khan.
Let's see what?
When you see thus,
Thus. Okay.
thus, right? When you see thus he did this, or thus he killed this guy, or because the Bible is all about killing. I mean, Christians talking all this love crap, and then I open the Bible and I see livers getting chopped open and heads getting cut off and people hanging on trees and, you know what I mean, all kind of war going on. You know what I mean, going in slavery under another race of people and trying to get out of slavery. All the Bible is people going in slavery, going to war and getting out of slavery, going to war to protect their freedom, right? And then going into slavery again when we're sinning against the Lord. And everything is determined about whether we keep the law or not. That determines whether we win wars or lose wars. And we're losing the war right now because we do Christmas, man. That's why we lose wars. That's why we're in slavery right now, because we do Christmas. We do New Year's. We love the enemies of the Lord. You know what I mean? And the Lord hates Christmas, right? Go ahead, buddy.
I got it, and I had I also seen it used. I thought it was
Okay, you got the concordance.
Yeah, Con 3651.
3651. You got the book here. Let me get the book. Yeah, we done with that, Matthew, right? You can close that book right there, right? Okay. So the question was, what is Khan? Okay. Here's one issue with Khan, right? There's not a lot of places where people say yes in the Bible, right? But the brothers in the school of did investigations, right? And Khan means yes. So when you say Khan, that is our way of saying yes, right? Yes. And then of course you got La'ah, which is our way of saying no or not. Right, you said 3651?
3651.
Okay, come on.
Hold on 1 second. Yeah, Khan. If I may, I had a Jewish boss. It took me a while to realize he was Jewish from being in the truth. Like, I never noticed every other word. He wasn't my direct boss. He was like the boss's boss. He was the owner of the company. But I would talk to him every once in a while. And after a while, I started to notice. He says Khan a lot.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, Khan, right? What's called? The funny shit is his last name is Wolf.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I don't Jewish pastor.
He's the wrong kind of wolf.
Right. And it's like if I'll be like, yo, I wonder if I ask this tribe, he'd say something stupid like Levi.
He says Levi?
No, I said I wonder if he'd say something stupid because they like random.
They're all gonna say Judah.
Huh?
They're all gonna say Judah. And you're gonna say, okay, where's Judah?
Like Wolf?
Or with Wolf? Oh shit.
Right, like the only name you should say is Benjamin.
That's the only one you should say, right? They got a thing like that where if their name is Kohen,
right,
they're gonna say their name is Levi because Kohen is Kahan.
Right.
Right. For those who don't know, right?
But yeah,
Kahan is the word for priest. All right? Kahan is the word for priest, right? And the Jewish man write this as Kohen. Okay. What's the other one? Okay, hold on about it, right? You got the other one with Shalama, right? Shalama, right? This is based off the word shalom, right? And Shalama, I know the white white academia,
yeah,
they will call this the feminine. Right, but of course, Solomon's name is not feminine, right? He was the king, right? So this is not really feminine. This is feminine meaning they serve a man, right? So really, our language is based off of rank and not gender, right? Shalom means he serves peace, right? That's why you go to certain books, they'll say that his name means security. Another one would say he's peaceful. Right, but the notion is that he serves shalom, peace. All right, and so this word is saying peaceful, peaceful. Okay, and the Jewish man he would write this as say again, Shlomo. So Shlomo is Solomon.
Right.
There's no N in Solomon's name in Hebrew, right? Shlomo, right? That's how the Jewish man pronounces it, right? Or says it, you know what I mean? But the word is Shalom. Okay.
And the sister have another question.
Okay. Do we get Khan? So let's get the first question before we get the second question, all right?
Sure, sir.
Okay. Go ahead. Khan in the Strong's Concordance.
Khan is
We want to show them on the camera too, right? Try to see if we can show them on the camera. You got it?
Yeah, just got it. So, like, 1 second.
Mm-hmm.
Khan. Yeah, Khan. 51, yeah, Khan.
Okay.
See if they can see it.
So we got here
Khan.
3651.
Yeah, hold it up a little straighter a bit, sir. Yeah, back up a bit. Like, focus. That's good, that's perfect.
That's good right here. Okay, good.
Right, Khan.
So we got it right here. Right, Khan. Right. They have their Jewish pronunciation, Cain. Right. Okay. It says to sit upright, hence just, but usually as an adjective or a conjunction rightly. That's why we say yes, because it's to say right, rightly so, right, correct, or yes, right, rightly or so in various applications to manner, time, and relation, often with other particles after that, meaning that's how we got thus. I put thus on the board because it's saying that after that is thus, right? What's the other one here? For as much as yet, howbeit. So all these English words for as yet, howbeit, when you read it in the King James Version, it would say Khan there, not to say yes, but in a way of saying yes. In other words, imagine I'm storytelling in Old English, and I'll say, this man, he earned the crown. Yes, he earned the crown, and he's going to proceed forward as king. Yes, he's going to proceed forward as king. It's like saying, yes, he earned the crown, thus he will be the king. Thus he's going to take the route of a king and do the duty of the king. Howbeit, being king, right? Or yes, being king, it's like that, all right? Okay. A relation often with other particles, okay, for this manner, howbeit, likewise, so state straight away, right? Thus, there's thus right there. This, I wouldn't say this, because this is za, right? Surely, there, straight away, true. Well, you, okay, there we go. Kan, corresponding to 3651, so or thus, all right? That we just explained that a while ago, okay? Kan, the same as 3651, used as a noun, a stand, a pedestal, a station. This is where we get the word prepared from, right? Stand or station, a base, the state, foot, place well, okay? Okay, 3654, kan, in the sense of fastening a knot, right? Okay, it's referring to a scripture in the New Testament, okay? And then we got the words that come from kan, which is in the serving tense, kana, right? To address by an additional name, hence to eulogize, giving flattering it these surnames. Okay, I'm not sure what that means. But it says to address by let's get some more examples to see if there's any more. Kana is to plant a vineyard. Hold on. Ooh, okay, we got that's kind of war. Okay, so we got kana. Okay, kana is to address. So whatever this thing with kan, stop yelling. All right, just give me a. Or you want to add on to this?
Yeah, sir.
Okay, go ahead.
Meaning you're not erecting a thing, you're erecting a person, you're bigging them up, you're giving them a higher title.
I like that. Kan. So kan and then kana. Right? So in kan, it said often with other particles after that, this much, following, howbeit, right? So like in the sense this is used to add on to things of this thing. In other words, support. So when it starts to say kana, it's talking about fastening something to support something, to fasten something, to tie something with it, right? So in the sense of when we say kan, to say thus or howbeit, this, like this, or furthermore, right? In that sense, we're saying furthermore and therefore and thus is to add on to what was said prior. So in our sense, it's to tie something to what was said before. So they use it here as fastening or a knot, or to address by an additional name. Okay, no problem. An additional name is repetition, an additional repetition. All right, go ahead about it.
If I may, what's called, I looked in my phone, cutting my phone, 3560, con comes from Kawan. Kawan is the root word, 3550.
I wouldn't say, that the white man would say Kawan is the root word. I wouldn't say Kawan is the root word because Kan is the one without the tense. Kawan is the one with the tense. You want to go to the root word, you have to remove the tense. That is our order of operation. Okay. So I know what the concordance says. Right. But the concordance doesn't make the rules to your culture. The concordance is trying to learn your culture. Okay. So you come first before Strong's. You come first before James Concordance. You come first before Oxford Concordance. You come first before all of those things. All right. Yeah.
Because Khan would mean set up. Kawan means setting up. When you're setting something up,
setting up.
Preparing.
Right. So that's the same thing we got here. ING. Right. So Khan is prepare. Kawan is preparing. Right. All right. So you have run and then you have running. Right. You have talk and then you have talking. All right. Right. So like before, the root word was the most base part of the word. Kawan is more base than Kawan. So con is the base, and we start from there, and then we add tenses, then we add prepositions, then we add possessives. All right. So let's get Quran. Where's Quran at?
Quran is 35:59.
35:59. So it's be down here at the bottom. All right. Throw out about it, right? Quran, a primitive root, to erect, to stand perpendicular. Hence, to set up in a great variety application, whether a point render, fasten. All right. So this is the ing way of saying con. Okay. Good. Right. What's the other question?
The sister had a question. With the 1, 2, 3 operations, are the words wrote 3, 2, 1 backwards also?
No. Hell no.
No.
That's then.
It would still be written.
That would be to erase everything we just said.
Right.
To think of it backwards. That's like saying, she said to him.
Right.
That's like saying this backwards. Him to said she. No. You wouldn't say he said to her something different.
Right.
You'll be switching it all up. If you say tha, right, at the end of a word, tha does not mean none of these. Does not mean will do. It does not mean you. It does not mean she.
Right. Yada comes by.
God, right? Tha at the end of a word is to say categorization, right? To say like things in plural. That's not 1, 2, 3. It's in general. It's like a category. If you put tha at the end of the word, right? Abadi just said that the ya at the end, the ya, whereas here is he or it. If you put this at the end of a word in Hebrew, what you're saying is
My something.
my. You're saying my. So then you're gonna have miscommunication. You got miscommunication? Oh. Yeah, just look at the definition of miscommunication. About it.
We got another question.
You got another question? Let me hear
what book is that he's using? I believe that's referring to the concordance.
Okay.
You wanted to
let's get both of the books, right? Yeah. This is the Strong's Exhaustive Concordance. This is like the dictionary. Right? It says right here Greek and Hebrew dictionaries. Right? In the UPK, we don't make up languages in here. We read books. You know what I'm saying? And here's the issue with fake Israelites. Fake Israelites who want to accuse the ISUPK of everything under the sun.
Right.
They don't read books. They don't know anything. And here's the thing: you'll be a bigger fool than them to follow them. Christ called the blind leading the blind. Biblical Hebrew. Take some workbook. Bonnie Petrati, Vicky Harper, all these white people. Why are these white people? Because you don't believe niggas.
Right.
When Negroes want to teach something, you don't believe them. So we got it from white people, right? Because you believe white people over us, no problem, right? This book right here that we was talking about, where Hebrew only got consonants and no vowels, that comes from Yale University. All right, so all you people out there that don't believe in UPK, you sell drugs, and you hope one day to sell enough cocaine to send your children to Yale and Harvard. They're gonna go to Yale and Harvard. And if they care about being Israelites, they're going to go there and they're going to say there's no vowels in the original Hebrew. Okay? They're going to learn the same thing that you would have learned in the ISUPK for free. You're online learning this for free. Matthew, how much you paid to come in this class?
$0.
$0. Zero. He said $0. What about you? How much money you paid to come to class? Nothing. Okay, well, me neither. You see what I'm saying? This is a service provided by Command and Junior Hahn. By the faith of the Most High alone is why we're here. You see what I'm saying? Go ahead, everybody.
So I missed this one. I had a question.
Okay, big up to off the Paratazar, you know what I mean? Yeah, man. Breakthrough is his name means. Go ahead.
I'm gonna fix it because I'm leaving a minute. Excuse me, sir. I'm feeling sick today, or I'm not feeling well.
You want to say that in Hebrew?
Yeah, how to say that in Hebrew. Sorry.
Oh, very good. That's a very good one. I'm feeling sick. That's a good one. Let's get the concordance. Concordance. The Negro inside us wants to say concordance, right? But if I may, it does say concordance, right? And that this is a Latin, so this is always con is with, and that chord is to say like accord, right? To say to go, go along, right? You can break these Greek words down. You can break them down like how we breaking things down in 1, 2, 3 here. You can do the same thing. You can break down Deuteronomy. Deutero means a thing. Anomy means another thing in Latin, right? English is, can be broken down in ways that our schools won't teach it to us, right? Okay. What was I doing before here? We got this. We good here?
Con.
We got to get miscommunication.
Con.
All right? So you got it? Yeah. Or read it. Read it out loud, Uncle Sean.
Miscommunication. Failure to communicate clearly.
That's the whole thing.
That's the whole thing.
Want to pull up another one?
Let's get communication. Is there another example for miscommunication?
Let me see.
Failure to communicate ideas or intentions successfully.
Okay, that's good. Failure to do what?
To communicate ideas or intentions successfully.
Failure to do what?
Failure to communicate.
Failure to communicate intention. You might mistake what I intended to say without good communication. So we follow 1, 2, 3. We don't go backwards because you might miss my intention. And if you don't know my intention, then I'll make a bang next door to you and you'll be wondering, what was his intention in banging next door? Is he trying to provoke me? Because I don't know the person's next door's intention. So now here comes demons now. I'm gonna get him back, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna bang back. And then the guy next door is gonna be like, why is he banging back? I didn't bang for him. He misunderstood my intention. Intention leads to life and death, right? You wanna not miscommunicate. You wanna learn the Hebrew properly, right? Okay, you might offend somebody with miscommunication. Well, what we had there, buddy?
Con. Salakia.
Yeah.
Salakia, I think you were looking for feeling. I can't.
I am sick, right?
Yeah. Oh, you want I am sick? I believe his official was, excuse me, sir, I am feeling sick. I can't find feeling.
Okay, no problem. Excuse me. Okay? Excuse in Hebrew is salak. Right? Salak. Right? Excuse is the same way as saying forgive. All right? Excuse is like forgive. All right? And then Yah is how you say is the possessive. Right? So salak would be the root word. Salak would be the root word. Okay? Salak is the root word, right? And then Yah is the possessive, right? To say mine.
If I may, sir?
Right? Salak, Yah. Right? Salak is excuse. Yah is mine. Root word was phase number what? Phase 2?
Right.
And then possessive is phase 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay? Go ahead, everybody.
Nah, it's just very funny because when you talk about our people not understanding our culture and our culture being special. Mm-hmm. I had a teacher in 8th grade. She would literally, because
right quick, my tablet. My tablet's over there? Yeah, pass it right quick. Go ahead, everybody.
She would literally, like, you would get in trouble with her.
Who?
If you, my 8th grade teacher. If you said my bad, because technically in English, you can't put a possessive with a, you can't put a possessive with, I believe that's an adjective. That doesn't, nobody says my good, my evil. So when she has a bunch of Jakes in her class saying my bad to her, that's like, she's an English teacher.
Yeah.
But in our culture, that's correct. Like,
Sure.
that's so funny to me. She made a whole big thing, but in different cultures, that's actually how you speak.
My bad.
Right.
My bad is Hebrew.
Right.
If I say, yo, my bad. What I'm saying is my evil, right? Bad in Hebrew is right?
Right.
Right? So what I'm saying is the right is the thing that offends you, the bad thing. So what you're saying is right, yeah. In other words, you're taking claim of the evil thing. Where another man who doesn't take the claim of the evil thing says, I didn't do it. That's what you say. He doesn't take claim for it. He doesn't call himself guilty in the thing. Right? So that is deeper than we thought to say, yo, that's my bad. Salakia. Excuse me or forgive me. You see what I'm saying? A man don't forgive you. A man has to forgive you. Right? You don't forgive someone who doesn't ask for forgiveness. But if a man asks for forgiveness, you better forgive your brother 7 times 77, 777. Right? Forgive him so we can live together and not kill each other by misunderstanding each other's intentions. Okay, so Raya, right? My bad. That's this right here. Raya, my bad. We can say that in here. Say, yo, Raya, Slakia, Raya. We can start saying that. And our body's the one who presses Hebrew on brother. Big our body, man. You know what I mean? Our body be the only one that be like, Mayam. The only thing you gotta say is
Farak.
huh? Kwarak. Ice. Gone.
The copy.
You know
So
what I mean?
I say that.
Yeah, our body be like, where's the yayan?
Right. Shaman.
Where's the shaman? You know what I mean? I body that nigga.
If I may, sir.
Yeah.
Anytime this comes to anything from the South, I do not say oil of wine or squall. I say we need more shaman, we need more yaya.
Yeah.
So,
Here's what we need to do. Kasar.
once.
Kasar is warmth. Right? Kasar is warmth. Very, very key thing when we want to talk. When we want to talk in English. When you want to speak Hebrew. When you want water. You know what I mean? Kasar what? Kasar mayam. Right? Kasar mayam. Want water. Water, right? Kasar yayan. Yayan is wine. You know what I mean? Wine. What's the other one? Do they say Kazakh for strong drink about it?
Huh?
I believe they say Kazakh for strong drink, right? Or not?
Or shakar, right?
We're gonna check. I mean, we can stay with wine for now.
Right.
So don't get confused, right? Keep it nice and simple, right? What else do we want usually? They want to eat.
A call.
A call is to eat. All right, a call will double up as food. Right, food or eat. It's the same word in Hebrew, right? Food or eat. Want, eat. And then you want to say what? I, right? I. So if you want to say I, you say ah. Ah is a preposition. Right? To say I. I want. You say just like that. Just like, remember, we're babies now, man. We're newborn in the truth. I'm how old am I? About what, 7?
Right.
I am about 7 years old since I received my Hebrew name. So I was born again as a new man. Say it again.
I'm about 8, 9.
You're about 8, 9. Our body is 2 years older than me. Right? So we talk like children and we develop from there. Right? I want water. Kasar mayam. I want wine. Kasar yayan. I want eat. I want food. Kasar akal. Right? 1, preposition. 2, right? Root word. And then we have what? Words on its own, these will all be 2 on their own. Right? These will all be 2 on their own because these are themselves are root words. Right? But now we get to talking. All right?
Interesting.
I want water. Kasar Mayam. Anything. You want clothes. Clothes is bagad, right? Because we're not going to jam you up with everything. But anything you want, right? Kasar. Kasar. Big up to Officer Kasar Picard, right? In Northern California, Sacramento, right? His name means want the dreadful day. I believe that Picard is judgment or the dreadful time or something like that.
To be startled, to fear.
To fear, right? You want the dreadful time of the days of judgment. So his name means he wants the dreadful moment. You see what I'm saying? That's his name, Kasar Picard. Okay, good. Kasar. Kasar is I said Kasar Picard because Kasar is in his name. Okay. About it, you good?
Yeah, I was going. Yeah, it's also the subservient is alarm.
Okay.
Well, actually,
just keep it simple.
Yeah.
Keep it simple, all right? All right. So it's gonna say all those things: all alarmed, terrified, dreadful, scared, afraid. Meaning that's that day when you know what I mean. When our enemies are not afraid right now, but we want them to be. Be terrified by our God with the storm coming this weekend, man. No one ain't giving the credit of this terror to our God, man. Our God did that, man. We're worrying about gun violence all over the country. Our God is the one putting the angels out there to turn these people into mass suicide maniacs, shooting everybody. Our God did that, man. It's the end of America, man. You know what I mean? Good, man. I got fired from my slavery the other day. Most High in Christ, man. Who cares? Took all my retirement, took all of the injury money, took all of my retirement. I dedicated years to that goddamn place. But my God, man, I hope we put enough work where I don't gotta see retirement. You know what I mean? I ain't but 30. You know what I mean? Retired what, 55, 60? America should be standing. If I get to see days of retirement, to get no retirement money from my slavery, then I must be lacking in my priestly work. So we ain't looking for no retirement, man. We're looking to end this damn place, man. You know what I mean? Any injuries brothers got out there, some unhealable ailment you got. You know what I mean? The Bible says, the prophecy says, when Yahushua comes back, your body's gonna be changed in the twinkling of an eye. You're gonna be instantly transformed and instantly healed. Healing and injury comes from the Most High. You know what I mean? You have to know what's going on out here. The Lord is calling you into the school and you ain't coming. And hey, this is not the time to be sitting at home, and the kingdom coming from observation, and it's time for the kingdom to come. You go read Revelations 12, man, with the woman who was having the birth pains. It's painful, but my gosh, man, you got to do it. And the more the baby stays inside of you, and you're holding the baby from being born, the more you feel pains, the more you feel cramps. The baby got to come forth. You got to get to the class, man. You got to get to the school, man. You know, that's why we respect Matthew. Matthew got heart. Because there's a whole bunch of people watching online, and Matthew's the only one that came. You know what I mean? Matthew was a man of courage. He's an honorable man to see the Lord calling him, and he came. No, a lot of you brothers don't come, man. You brothers don't got no heart, man. Staying at home, man. If you got heart, you make your way down here, man. You know, the time you living in, man, you better not be a nigga that'll staying at home. You better find your way through the storm and get here and knock on the door. You better obey the Lord, right? Or you're going to be in a horrible, horrible circumstance if you don't obey the Lord, right? We all know about the Lord, how terrible he is. He's bringing that great and dreadful day, Picard. Right, let's put Picard on the board. Picard. What you say it means again, Abadia?
Picard, fear or dread?
Fear, dread. Let's put fear. No, fear is Yara. Let's not put fear. Let's put dread.
To be startled, to fear. To fear, tremble, revere,
Fear, tremble, afraid. Afraid is, let's put dreadful. Picard, dread, fear.
To be in awe, to be in great dread. Dread fits.
I don't want to pick which one fits. What I want is, I want to put this word in the scriptures and see how we say it in the King James Version. So when we see in the King James Version, we know that this word is that. Because if I put afraid, it's gonna come up with the yara. Right? Yara, something like that. Yara.
So like this Deuteronomy 20. 28 and 66, and thy life shall hang in doubt before thee, and thou shalt fear day and night.
And that's Picard?
John.
How many times in the Bible does Picard use to say that?
25.
25? What's the other one saying? What's the other book?
The other book is, this is Job,
Mm-hmm.
for 3 and 25. For the thing which I greatly feared is come upon me,
Mm-hmm.
and that which I was afraid.
Good.
That one isn't fear, but I was afraid of. Is
I was afraid. Afraid.
Right.
Okay.
They also got, actually, it's also used to shake in Job 4 and 14.
What's the concordance code?
36. Salaki is 6342.
Okay, hold on. So
They
we
also
got,
have
hold on. 60 what?
6342.
4-2. Okay. So we got fear, Deuteronomy, right? We got fear, Deuteronomy. We got feared, okay. We got the shake, which means he's afraid, right? I'm afraid, okay. And we get they were in great fear, okay. And who shall I be afraid? Fear. Okay, feared. Okay, so we got fear. So let's put fear or afraid. And then we have to choose between fear and afraid. Now look up the word fear and see how much times another word come up there as fear or afraid. Let's put afraid. I never seen afraid before. So we're looking at afraid. Okay. So let's look up fear. Okay, and the fear of you. Say it again.
Mawara.
Mawara. Okay, this is the issue where I didn't exactly want to put fear.
Why?
Because okay, but Yara now is coming up as afraid. So I need a distinction between when to use Yara. Mawara is going to be rooted in Yara. Okay. So we got Yara versus Picard. Right? So here's how you determine this. You find out which word is used mostly for this versus which word is used mostly for this. I'm familiar with Yara to be fear. Right? So that's why we need to put Picard as something different. But then we have to put the two together now, because now fear is coming up. Yara comes up as fear 188 times. Fear. Right? Fear times 188 times. That's a lot of times. That wins. Now I want to see what Picard comes up the most. Right? If it's just afraid.
So
right? Go ahead.
What about Mara?
Mara is based on Yara.
Because there's
say it again.
Because this one.
Say it again.
Mawara, and Mawara.
Ra'a, right?
So
here's what's going on. They removed the Ya,
right,
and they put Ma and Wa there. So that Wa is like ing, and then that Ma is still like of. Right? So we're not deep in our culture yet to really be able to.
If I may.
Hold on. Yeah, go ahead.
What I was going to say is, it calls back to, by implication, a fearful thing or deed. When I was looking up the words, it's always, you fear this or you fear me. It's about fear. That's literally not just fear itself. That's you fearing something.
Okay, of fearing. Okay, so ma is of fearing something.
If I can give an example, and the fear of you.
And,
this is Genesis
and of fearing you. Okay, let's just put it on the board right quick. Wa, ra'a. Right, which is of fearing. Okay, so again, that ma is of, and that wa is like an ing,
right?
Like an ing, right? And then the ra'a. Number one, ra'a is something that you see. You can only fear something that you see.
Right.
Right? We know that ra'a in itself, ra'a, Ra'ah means to see.
Right.
Right? You know why people don't fear the Lord? Because they don't see what the Lord is doing. You see what I'm saying? We know that Yah is He.
By Salakia.
God, you know what I mean?
Made
So-
appearances.
Huh?
If I may change the word out, in Deuteronomy 4:34, or have God say, or have God say to go and take him a nation from the midst of another nation by temptations, by signs, and by wonders, and by war.
By what? By what?
And
By what?
by signs.
By signs, you have to see the sign. By what?
And by wonders.
And by wonders, meaning you see something, you gotta wonder like, what the hell is that?
Right.
Right?
And by war.
And by war, you see war. People are afraid of war. Them Ukrainians, they left town.
Right.
You know what I mean? They said we're not going. We're not. They got scared of Russia and they went to Belarus, France, Germany, Czech Republic. They went everywhere but away from there. The ones who was scared of the war, but they believed they were Russian, they went to Russia. You see what I'm saying? They left town. They went to Georgia, the Caucasus Mountains, their homeland, the Volga. You see what I'm saying? That's where they went. You see what I'm saying? Because they saw the war coming and they had fear.
Yeah.
He, Yah, Ra'ah. So now, a word like Yah, Ra'ah, we call it the compound word, where it's based on a root word and they got a preposition, right? It's like Mara'ah, that's why it can be replaced like that, because it's really based off of Ra'ah. Ra'ah is the root word of Yah, Ra'ah. Okay? Which is the see. All right?
He sees.
And you first of all, you have to see yourself getting punched in the face by a bully, and then you're scared of your bully.
Right.
Until you get the heart to man up and take care of that bully. Now the bully gotta fear you. All right? Go ahead about it.
John, so really you can look at Mara'ah as really being appearance or sight.
I would not confuse anything you learn in here. You just think of order of operation. Don't in your own mind, in your own time, you could figure things out and have a way how you would determine how you see things, right? To see something and recognize something. But for everyone else, keep it simple. Because we have to learn this thing, all right? Okay. We didn't get no Christmas scriptures today. Good night. We got 15 minutes left. What's the sister saying about it?
What Bible app are you using? I believe you're talking about the Strong's one. Just put it in the chat.
Yeah, please. Right. We use a Hebrew interlinear. They can rewind, of course. Right.
Right.
We use a Hebrew interlinear by Hagios Tech. We use a Bible app from I believe it's Igor apps or Igor apps, IGOR. Right. You just go look on your Play Store and look up Bible with concordance. Right. Bible with concordance. Right, you'll come up, right? Right, with concordance. You look for Hebrew interlinear apps. Okay, good. Can I get a Christmas scripture? Right, we got 15 minutes left on the class. Okay.
Which one you wanted, Jeremiah?
Let's do the Jeremiah because we got no time.
Where you want to start?
Jeremiah. First we're gonna look to see to make sure they say in Babylonian Hebrew. I know Jeremiah was around that time of Babylon. Around the time, right? We're gonna make sure the Hebrew is straight. The Hebrew is good. Okay. Where do we want to start? Just made a decide.
3.
We want to start at. Yeah, we want to start at 3. Good. So let's get the Jeremiah. We're going to start at Jeremiah 10 and 3. You get Jeremiah 10 and 3 right quick, right?
So now you want to pull up the blue letter?
Oh, we didn't get Preston's question.
Yeah, kind of well.
So he says, Salakia, I feel sick. Sick in the Bible, we want ill. Look for ill.
Okay, look for L. So we don't need feel?
Hold on, what you said, Matthew?
Oh, Salakia, I found one scripture where somebody said they got sick 3 days ago.
Oh, what scripture is that?
1 Samuel 30 and verse 13.
Okay, let's go to First Samuel. Where's my tablet? So it's big on the screen.
Did you want to refill, sir?
Not right now.
What was the other one?
Jeremiah 10:3. And you said that was 1 Samuel. So this right here, for example, right, this is the Hebrew interlinear app. You have the English at the top, right? Not King James Version English, but it has a breakdown of what's being read in the Hebrew, right? Or the estimation, right? It said 1 Samuel's
30 and
30
13.
and 13. Okay. Okay, go ahead. Oh, here it is right here. I felt sick. It says Kala. Kala is based off of pain, right? Kala is pain, like Kawal Gabor, pain warrior, right? Painless warrior, right? Okay, so that's a good one to learn too. Kala, let's put Kala on the board. Let's put Kal. Kal is pain, right? Kawal is paining. Right? So, that's why also Paul by them is painless, because if you feel painless, then you can just continue going in pain. You can be more paining than the other brother and keep going on, right? Paining. And then you have Kawal, you could have Kayal. I believe the word soldier comes out of this because they have been pained already. Right? Or the Kayal. Kayal will be pained. Right? Kayal will be pained. Right? Yal, right, is the word for soldier. Right? They put a past tense on who's already pained. Right? Kayayal, because a soldier has to already been through pain. Right? A soldier's already been through pain. He's being disciplined. Right? Now even right now, this is a piece of Hakanaka. Hakanaka means to be dedicated. It's hard to be dedicated. It's painful to dedicate yourself to something. In the first moment, it's cool, but over time, you know what I mean? When you say, "Damn, I've been dedicated to this thing. I have to keep going in this thing." You might not want to do that thing you're dedicated to, but because of your dedication, you stick with it, and it's painful. Okay, kawal, and then you got ka. Right, so we got the tenses in the middle. So let's put the serving tense right under here. We have kala. Let's put kala down here. Okay, only for the sake of recognizing the evolving of the words, right? I'll put it there so you can see that in here you add the tenses in there, right? Right? And so I'm gonna put kala here again so you can see where it came from, right? And I'm adding the serving tense on the end, right? So this is serving pain. When you serve pain, you are sick. The thing that's not exactly pain, or this is an ongoing thing. This is serving pain. You know what I mean? This is sick. Okay. Yeah, buddy.
I was gonna say Kayal is also army or fortress.
Kayal. Kayal is an army or fortress because the army has to have gone through pain.
Right.
So it's past tense. You know what I mean? Fortress, they've been trained to be a fortress. First of all, to be a fortress, you need to be defense. When Muhammad Ali, right? He was here to get ready to fight a bigger opponent than himself, George Foreman, right? His training was to just take a beating. Learn to take a beating, learn to take pain. And he got pain, and that pain became his fortress against George Foreman. So he's going against George Foreman. All he's doing all day, getting hit, till George Foreman starts getting tired. But Muhammad Ali, he got used to pain. He got pained. So he became a fortress, and then George Foreman got tired, and then he started, you know what I mean? He started getting him. All right? And then Muhammad Ali won against George Foreman. And then, George Foreman had to resort to setting, George Foreman grills. All right? He had to leave that he lost. He had to go to something else. You know what I mean? Okay, no problem, right? Good. So that was a good found. That was a good find. You got there, Matthew, right? Find the word sick. That's it. That was a perfect answer. Kalam. Something good you can remember. Sick. So now I practice. I want to say, I am what?
Salakia. Let me just get it right. Excuse me, sir. I'm feeling sick today.
He would say,
or I'm not feeling well.
Salakia. Salakia. Say it again.
Salakia, sir. I'm feeling sick today.
Right. So the word for when you read the Torah, right? The word for Lord is Adon. Right? That's where we get the word Adawan from. Adawan is from Adon, which means Lord. All right. So when you read this of course, I'm saying this to prepare you for the Sabbath service that you're going to read. When you read Adon, like this, Adon. Right? Adon. The tail comes down, right? That is Lord or Sir. Right? So it's excuse or forgive. Excuse me, and then the Yara is me. Excuse me, Lord. I read it again.
Khan. Excuse me, sir. I'm feeling sick.
I, which would be you don't say I sick, let's keep it simple. I, so look, select the other one. Khala. Right? I sick. Keep it nice and simple. So that way we can retain what we're learning. Select the other one. Khala. Khala. I'm feeling pain. I'm sick. I got a sick leg. I got sick lungs. I got a sick back. I got a sick knees. Or you know what I mean? Meaning what? You're feeling uneasy, that you're feeling pain. You're sick. All right? Khala. Khala. Khala the one. Khala, sir. Khala. Or Anya. Anya to say I am, right? Right? But I'll say stick with right? But I'll say Anya so there's no miscommunication. Anya, we know what Anya is. Anya is I am. You can't mistake that. If you say Khala, depending on who you talk to, who's not privy to Hebrew, he's not gonna know that your is saying I. You're gonna think of Khala, and then you're gonna think of I'm eating or Akal, like Akal. Right? That's why you're gonna press on the Ka and not just Ka. Because Ka, Akal, is eat. Khala is I am sick. All right, and this Ka is the same Ka in Kemet, right? There's a place in Kherson on the news and with the Ukrainian war. There's a place called Kherson. That Kherson is the same Ka, right? And anyway, when you look on TV and they put a KH, right? That is the same Ka. It's the same thing.
Or
Say again.
If I may, I believe there's a place in the Middle East, they call it's spelled Tehran, but when people probably try to pronounce it, they always say Tehran.
Oh, so Tehran, right?
Right.
Tehran, right? Because the Ka is pronounced, they according to the books, is a harsh H. And then you have the Ha, which is a soft H. So just think of the H and Ha. All right? Khala. All right? Good. Now we're going to get to that Jeremiah scripture before our title of this video becomes misleading. All right? Abadi. Good?
Yeah, we good. Wait, he said today, but that's pretty much it.
Today. Oh, today.
I said today.
Today will be today, which will be La Yawam. Okay. Okay. And then today is La. We gotta put the two, right? La Yawam. Okay. So lucky, online, hold on. Okay. Okay. Good. Let's get Jeremiah 10:3.
I got it.
Got it? Okay. Read it for me, Dr. Shaw.
Jeremiah chapter 10 and verse 3.
Mm-hmm.
For the customs of the people are vain.
Mm-hmm.
For one cutteth a tree out of the forest, the work of the hands of the workman with the axe. Verse 4. They deck it with silver and with gold. They fasten it with nails and with hammers, that it move not.
Okay. That's what verse is that?
That was verse 4.
Verse 4, right? Okay, so from the top, we're gonna write it in our English letters, all right? So everyone can follow along, right? So it says for the what?
For the customs.
For the customs, right? For the, right? That's not gonna be in there, but for the customs. Okay. Of what?
Of the people.
Of the people. Of the people.
Are vain.
Hold on. Of is not gonna be in there. Okay. Are vain, right? Are vain. Okay. R is not going to be in there. Okay. So now we got 4. 4 is ka ya. Okay. The custom is, it says kwa ka, right? Kwa. That's the thing kwa ka we learned earlier, right? Ka, it says kawat. Kawat. Right? And why did it say that? Customs meaning people wear other people's customs. You see what I'm saying? Like Jewish customs are taken from us. Remember, this is the same kwaka we learned a while ago in take or taken. Right? So customs is, if you're a Muslim, you took on the Arabic customs. That's why it's a custom. It's like a costume. Costume comes from custom. When you wear a costume, you're wearing someone else's culture, you're wearing someone else's custom. You took someone else's custom, right? Someone else's culture, right? And now it's a custom, meaning it's not yours. You see what I'm saying? They then took on this thing from someone else. Okay? The custom of the people, right? So we got ha is the, and then we have I'm. I'm is people. I'm yum. I'm yum. Right? Yum is to say plural. Okay? Ha I'm yum. I'm is the word for people. Right? Are vain, right? R is not in there, but it says habal. It says habal. Habal is the word for vain. Right? Concordance code 1892. It says foolish or vain, right? Right? Foolish or vain. Right? It's a dumb thing, right? Vain. Vain means worthless, right? Okay? Vanity, vain, vanity, right? So vain means worthless.
Salakia?
Yeah.
The root, if I'm not mistaken, is 1077 bal, which means a failure, nothing, not at all, less.
There you go.
Not hardly. The reason I look at
say it again.
A failure, nothing, not at all, less.
Failure, nothing, right? So Vain means nothing,
If I may.
right? Or failure. It also says failure. You see what I'm saying? If you do Christmas, your pockets are a failure. I mean, you wasted your money. You did it for nothing, and then them kids ain't gonna love you. Them kids ain't gonna love you on because of that. Than no other day. They're gonna love Christmas and not you. They're gonna be looking every year for Christmas, and they're not gonna look for you who bought the thing for him, because you credited it to Christmas, to this idol thing, right? Okay.
Salafi?
Go ahead.
I was gonna say the reason that I thought about that was because so that would mean Habal would mean the failure or the nothing, and Babal is in failure, right? Or a good way of putting it. Because Babal is Babel, which is Babylon.
God, confusion, right?
God.
Nothing comes from confusion, right? Okay, good, right?
If you're in
Next
nothing,
sentence.
you're in confusion.
Hold. Say it again.
If you're in nothing, you're in confusion.
There you go. Right? Nation of Islam is confusing.
Right.
Nation of Islam, they ain't doing a damn thing. But what did it say? Something or else? Was it?
Or justice or else.
Nation of Islam says justice or else.
That was like 10 years ago.
And that was 10 years ago, and we ain't got no justice, and we don't see the or else.
Right.
The or else was really nothing. Or else nothing.
Right.
You know what I mean? What the other one says? They say vote or else. And we voted, and we ain't got a damn thing for our voting. But Biden's the president right now.
Right.
And, people thought that, Biden's going to be in office, so all them Latino kids in them cages, they're going to get set free. Nope. We haven't seen no action. Nothing about them Latino kids there. They still there, and people are still upset. So we voted for Joe Biden, and we ain't getting nothing for it. You see what I'm saying? So that was dumb. Okay? That was very stupid. All right? Trump, too. Trump ain't do a damn thing for us. He gave us a little bit of money, but, man, you get money every year. Say money comes and money goes. It was really nothing. You know what I mean? Okay, no problem, right? Okay. Read it from the top again.
Jeremiah 10 and verse 3.
Mm-hmm.
For the customs of the people are vain. For one cutteth a tree out of the forest.
For one cut a tree. For one, right? The one isn't there. One cutteth a tree. Okay. One cut. I'll put cut here. Cut a tree. Cut a tree. The A is not there. Cut a tree. Out of what?
Out of the forest.
He cuts it out of. Out of, right? The out isn't there. But of a forest, right? Forest. I ain't got no room for them. I'm gonna just not put the A there because there is no A there. Let me remove that down there. Out isn't there. A is it out of. We'll put forest here. Forest. Out of a forest, the A isn't there, right? Good. So we got kaya. For in Hebrew is kaya. Kaya, right? And then cut. Okay, but we gotta get the tree first, right? Because it's for and then it's tree. Right? So we're I tazar. Right? That's tree. Tree is itazar. This is where you get the word itazam. Itazam is your bone. It's also used to say strong as a way of saying hard. Right. Because a tree is hard and your bone is hard. You're not gonna treat the only thing that is identified about this tree that is hard, that wood. Right. Hard. It's always a hard thing. Alright, so hard would be tree, or hard would be itazam. Because your bone is like the tree in your body. Except your tree trunk is surrounded by flesh. Okay? Okay? So itazam is the word for bone. I always teach itazam with tree, just so we know. Yeah, buddy.
It's 12.
Okay, car. Right? A tree, right? And it says from a forest. Ma, it says ma. Ma, ya ayr. That's the word for forest here. Right? That's the word for forest here, right? And the ayr is like city. But it's like, I'm not sure. We gotta look into that. It says Ya'ir, right? Ya'ir is the word for forest. Ya'ir. And then ma, this of right here is this ma right here. Right? So we know that ma equals of. Okay? And then it says kat, which is karath. Right? We go up to off to Karathia in the UK. Right? His name is based off this right here, Karath. It says Karath. It says Karath wa, meaning cut it. Alright? Karath wa. Wa, the end of the word, and the possessive, that's he or it. Alright? So that's this cut right here. Right? Is Karath.
So,
yeah.
If I may, loosely technically translated, that's for cut from forest. No, technically from tree. For tree from right. Forest, cut it.
Yes. From tree
yeah.
Of forest, cut it.
Yeah.
That's what he did, right?
So there's no ya there in the front for the preposition.
For which one?
For Quran, to let you know that it's a man or a person.
For he cut it.
Right.
No, it's just. Remember, you have to understand. This is niggas talking. This is niggas talking free in however they talk.
Right.
And some scribe who's also free, just writing in his own tongue, his own culture.
Right.
You know what I mean? So just think of you, who you say, know what I mean? And without saying you, who's me? Who's nah mean?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Do you know what I mean?
Right.
What's the what? You know, do you know? Well, I didn't put the no in there. But
Right.
you get what I'm saying.
Right.
It's just that thing. Right? But just pick up the key words up here already. For tree or forest, cut it. Okay? Any more than Matthew?
That's kind.
So stick in the line. For one cut is a tree out of the forest, right?
Kind.
Mm-hmm.
The work of the hands of the workman.
Okay, hold on. The work.
Ma'aisha.
Keep on. What? The what? The work.
The work of the hands.
Hold on. Of the hands. Remember, here's that of the hands again. Now, when I say of the, right? Remember now in Hebrew, it doesn't say of hands. The same way how in English it says of the hands. In Hebrew, it's just gonna say of hands. So the same how we say Ba Hashem, to say in the name. When you look in Hebrew, it's just gonna say in the name. So it doesn't always put the ha there. Right? The ha is more for seen as definitive. You know what I mean? We could say that this is that thing, this is the thing. Right? But in regular talk, it's taking out all of the does, all right? So the is not going to be in there, right? And then work is the is not going to be there, right? It's going to say ma, which is of, right? Of which is ma, right? And then Aisha, right? In the serving tense, because you serving this thing to do this Christmas, to do all this cutting thing. You serving a holiday, so this is in the serving sense. This is not because it's a woman, right? It's not because of, what the white man will call the feminine, what the white academia will call the feminine. This is not really woman cutting nothing, but it's just the serving tense. That's where the ha's on the end here, right? And then the Aisha, which is work, okay? Okay, then yad. Yad is hand. So it says yad. Okay, that yad is like saying, you're going to see this a couple of times where the ya is used like, to say like, or not. It's used to say like of. Right? It doesn't mean of. I don't get it, but a lot of times you're going to see Shala Ya'ala, and you'll see like, behold, what's the name again? Beheld of the Most High. Qur'an Ya'ala.
No, requested of the Most High.
Requested of the Most High. So, request is, yeah, you're right.
Yes,
Shalak is sent, right? Shalak, okay. And then you got Qur'an Ya'ala. Right? Qur'an Ya'ala's name is called. That Ya is like and of.
Right.
And then Allah in the masculine, meaning the one that he serves, the actual one, without the H on the end. Okay? And then you have names like Gabriel, Gabar Ya'ala, warrior. Gabar is warrior. That Ya is like an of in that sense. And then Allah, without the H, talking about the actual power, not the powers that serve, without the H on the end, because the H is the one that serves, the angels. So, let me put on the board, right? Allah is the power, is the God, right? Allah is the gods that serve God, that serve God. Or the big G. I put a small G here because this is the angels. The angels serve the Most High. I'll put TMH here. Right? Use not the Lord's name in vain. I'll put TMH there, right? Angels serve the Most High. So you got God, Allah, God, and then you got the serving tense, Allah, which is the angels. Right? You see this a lot of times. You see Allah. Some brothers say Allah Hayal. Dialect, right? Allah Ha. Because that Ha is to say what kind of power you're talking about. What kind of Allah you're talking about. You see Allah Yum. Allah Yum or Allah Hayum. To say the Ha. To say who the hell you're talking about. That's the tense. The serving tense, all right? This is not feminine. This is not woman angels. There's no such thing as woman angels. This is just rank. All right? Everything in our culture is rank. Okay? Good. The hand of the workman. Right? Workman.
With the axe.
With the axe. Okay? It says Karash here. Okay? Let me get if you can look up Karash right quick so we can get a better definition. The hands of the what?
Of the workman.
The hands of the workman, right? So of is not there, of isn't there, of the isn't there.
I got it when you're ready.
Okay? But it says workman or craftsman, right? Workman. Go ahead about him.
First, a piece of pottery, earthenware, clay pottery, shard, potsherd, earthen vessel. Second, to scratch, to engrave, cloth, to fabricate, to devise, to be silent, to let alone to be deaf.
Okay.
Third, magical craft, silence.
So this is talking about craft.
Salakia.
Yeah.
Also, wood, wooded height, forest, wooded area, bow, forest, shroud, wood.
Right. So
fabricator, mechanic.
So okay, what's the word we can say for this right here?
Salakia, that's used for what word exactly? That's workman, right?
Pottery, you call that an artificier, right?
Garage. So
okay, let's put art. He's a potter. He's a mechanic. He's making statues. He's making sculptures.
A metal craftsman.
A craftsman, right? But then they call in the pot a thing. Go ahead.
So the version used here that they say for this one is 2796 from 2790, which is probably the root word garage. A fabricator.
The root word is what?
2790.
2790, which says?
Well, Salaki, that's
Karash, right?
Khan.
Okay, go ahead.
This one, 2796. Fabricator of any material.
What's the Hebrew word?
Karash.
Karash. Okay, good. Go ahead.
Fabricator of any material.
Fabricator of any material. Okay, go ahead.
Artificer.
Artificer, right?
Carpenter.
Artificer. And what? Say the word again. What?
Artificer.
Artificer, right? So that's where art comes from. Art comes from the artificer. Spell it again. Arti what? A-R?
Artificer.
F-I-C. Artificer, right? Artificer.
They got carpenter.
They got carpenter.
Craftsman.
Craftsman, which is the workman. Engraver, which is the art. He's an artist to be an engraver.
Right.
Go ahead.
Maker.
Say again.
Maker. Mason.
I don't want to say maker because we got, where's Aisha? Aisha is make.
Right.
But maker, okay, get it. You want?
Mason.
Mason, okay, meaning someone who builds in bricks.
Right.
People online when you're scared, oh my gosh, Mason, free Mason. Don't be scared, man. You know what I'm saying? Masons cannot do nothing compared to the Most High. Right? Don't fear man, but fear the man who kills the body and soul.
Right.
Right? Man kills the body, no problem. What about your soul? You better find your way to the school. Stop being scared of all this stuff out there. You scared of you think people's calling you because you sell a dime bag of weed. Like your fugitive number one, you can't go nowhere because you sell a dime bag of weed. You sell an ounce of weed. Nigga, you're not El Chapo, man. You know what I mean? You scared to come to, you're not El Chapo. You can come to the school and give up that weird business you in. That ain't getting you nowhere. You know what I mean? And all you do is making your people sick. All right?
Right.
Okay, so we got that. We got corruption, which is art. All right? Art or the artificer, right? That goes with the workman. The workman is an artist. Okay? What's the last part in there, Matthew?
With the axe.
With the axe. So it says with the axe. Right? So with is not in there. Right? But it's gonna say ba ma tazad. We learned this one time when we thought the tazar, we thought the zar was weapon. And we was for a while we was calling it a throwing axe based on the word tazad, but this is not tazad. What kind of is? Tazad means side. Right? We was calling it tazayad. Tazayad, which is a throwing axe. Right? A throwing axe.
Sided.
Sided.
Yeah.
Right? What does that mean? I don't know.
No, sided.
Sided.
It's
an axe is sided.
yeah,
There's an
sided.
axe right there, right?
No, the axe is up there.
The axe is over there. Where is that?
Right here.
Simeon. Oh, the axe is Simeon. That's Simeon's symbol, right?
Right.
Simeon's symbol, right? The axe over there. Okay. And then we're gonna actual axe that we're not gonna put on the screen, right? Because we're not IUIC. We don't roll up with Halloween shields.
You saw that?
They got shields from Halloween costumes. They took someone else's plastic, artificial goddamn shield, man. It's just a joke. The Lord is telling the world that this thing is a joke. It's a Halloween party. You gotta be. It's scary, man. You know, all that purple is gay, man. You know, this. You see, people dress up on Halloween. They dress up to be Superman, Jeffrey Dahmer. They dress up to be. Everyone dressed up as Jeffrey Dahmer this year. They dress up to be Superman and Tinkerbell. You know what I mean? And then you got homosexuals out there. They dress up like they're men that dress up like women. IUICs dress up, man. Fake Israelites, like a cross dresser. He's not a woman. He's pretending to be a woman. IUIC is pretending to be ISUPK. People who just spend Halloween, they're pretending to be a hero. You're not a hero. You don't save nobody. And IUIC is Halloween. They don't save nobody. They couldn't save Joy Morgan. They could not give Joy Morgan salvation. They couldn't do it. It's Halloween. It's dress up. You know what I mean? It's dress up. You know what I mean? art, it's Karash. You see what I'm saying? It's just nothing, right? They took the customs of someone else, which is us. They're trying to be the UPK and not. They got fake shields. Couldn't even get a real. They sell real shields out there, out of metal. Why couldn't they buy a real shield, man?
Right.
You know what I mean? We got hella real shields in the school. You know what I mean? You know, of course, in New York, you know, we do everything legal. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, you know. Yeah, man.
Salakia.
Right quick, let's get the song right here is Ba Ma Ta Zad. Ta Zad, right? And the word act is based off the word Tazad, where we got Tazayad over here, right? Taza, even the Taza is a man on his side.
Right.
Right? This figure right here is really like, it was really like this. And the idea was, it's a man who's lying down, his head is lying down on a bed or in a cave. You know what I mean? David was sleeping in caves. He got his leg out, because we sleep with our leg out when we sleep, and his other leg will be like this. But of course, you know, over time, when we read that book, it says the development in the Hebrew. He went from this to this, and then you're writing receipts, and you're writing, and then next thing you know, it just becomes this. Okay, instead of doing this all the time, and the next thing you know, it just becomes this.
Right.
All right?
Salakia, sir.
Yeah.
I looked up. It can also mean, if I can get an understanding, adversary can also mean the lay waste.
What you talking about?
Tazal.
So we're not gonna get confused.
Okay.
It's gotta be one thing. One thing that we can just say. You're saying all of those English words. English is confusing. This is the place of Babylon, right? So just careful with throwing too many words for one Hebrew word. Hebrew is the origin. So let's give a word that says this thing means this, and then all these English words out there, in time you can say that one and this one, and all of these different English words, but this thing means one thing. All right? This is a tazah, it's a man on the side, and then a door. Right? He's lying down inside his house. He's on his side in the house, it's a man lying down. All right? You put a yarn there. This is something from the side, but now it's in his hand. You see what I'm saying? This thing that was made by putting it on his side and banging it on his side, and sharpening it on his side and on his side. So the sides have a sharp side, and it kills you. That's the Hawashai, not me, all right? Hawashai gonna kill a lot of people with the sword, all right? All right, and with that, you done?
Yeah, that's
no more questions?
Is there a Hebrew word for Stephen, or is it Stephen?
Stephen.
Stephen, Stephen.
I don't know that right now. Let's see if you can find something in here right quick. What you gotta do is, even if you don't see anything in the Old Testament, you go to the New Testament, right? Where you stone Stephen. Okay, it says it's the same as G735. So we gotta go to 3G, which is Greek again. 37. What again?
4735.
4735. Okay, and it says cattle. Okay, and it's from Makwana. Makwana is no, that's wrong. That's Hebrew. Hold on. What's G? 4735.
The G 4735 from an apparently primary stifo to twine or wreath, a chaplet as a badge of royalty, a prize in the public game.
Hold on. Is it a crown?
Crown. Yeah, crown. That's what they use.
It's a crown, right? So that's no. It looks like it's based off of Greek and not Hebrew.
But when we just translate it back to what it would be.
But we would translate it back. But right. If you go back in time, would he be called Zar? Itara? Nah, I don't know about that. Itara.
No.
Itara is like a tiara, right?
No, Itara. No,
what's Zar?
No hot.
Our body, you gotta work with me, right?
Concept.
I know Itara. We looked it up one time. Itara is a woman's crown.
Come.
Right? You have Zar. is a man's crown, right? Something like that, right? But then I have no evidence to say that he in Hebrew was called these things. Might have been,
Right.
but at this time we have to research that, all right? We have to research that, right? But Stephen comes from Stepho, which is Greek. It's Greek Latin, right? It's Greek. So you could say it's the Hebrew, but we need to research that, right? We need some more research on that, all right? And look up in the Zondervan's Victoria Bible Dictionary and read there, and we're gonna get better clues. Because of course, we was in captivity, all right? Okay. I was that past the class, the priest officer of 1,000. I body. Clap it up. All right. Ready? You can just add my myself.
Okay, come. All right, man of Israel, we're going to give one courtesy salute. Man of Israel, I imagine, which means to stand. Man of Israel, we're going to give one courtesy salute. Man of Israel, I imagine Shabbat. I imagine. Barak.
Yahweh Bashir Shai Rakatam.
Yad Matah, Yad Matah, hands down, class dismissed.
Yeah, big up to everybody who be with us every week, man. All right. Stay strong. Salam, man.